To be honest, yeah, this doesn't look or feel like the plan I had for this month. Neither does it look like the plan I had for this day. This right here is the imperfect version of this day, but there's one thing that's very important. It's alive. Today is alive. Like if I was to dwell on perfection, you wouldn't be seeing me on your screen right now. You wouldn't be getting this message right now. So today was birthed from imperfection. My last piece actually taught me a lot. It taught me patience. And it also taught me to let go of perfection. Because to be honest, right now I've pushed that thing to the extent, I've pushed that piece to an extent, but it's not as good as I would have wanted it to be. Like it doesn't look as good as I wanted it to be yet, but I'm still going to work on it. Right? But I had to move on. I really had to move on. But let me explain further. So if anyone who has been following this space has noticed, for the past 1 month, I have, even plus, I have been MIA. Let me use the word missing in action. Yeah, but I've been MIA, I've been missing in action. And the reason why I'm missing in action is because things were not planning out. Things didn't pan out as I was planning them to, as I planned it all along, right? I had this idea in my head and it wasn't coming out just like that. It's not like growth wasn't happening, growth was happening. You know, another thing that plagued me was also the fact that I was bothering too much about how I had no intention to share this video, right? But one of the things that plagued me for this last month, I already talked about it in the last video I uploaded. So just imagine that I didn't upload that video. It's at a time where I was looking for help, right? I wouldn't have gotten help. Just imagine that wasn't documented somewhere. I didn't put it in my diary. I was like, this message right here is not just going to sit in my head. It's actually going to come to the screens too, because even if I get to hit one person, even I get to hit just one person with this message, I'll be glad I did. And now one person might even be me, because what are the odds that just because before I faced a particular hurdle, I already talked about it? Because I kept on worrying about how, instead of me to just take the next step towards the right direction, I kept on worrying about how it was going to, how things were going to like unfold, how things were going to pan out, and that made me overwhelmed. That kept me stuck for like a whole month. It's not like I do not already know that success is non-linear, but I'm human, and sometimes it's easy for me to get overwhelmed. I think that's why I need to always remind myself, and I think that's another reason why I need to put a message out there, so that every other person that needs it is going to see it and get reminded that success is non-linear, and they just have to keep moving. We just have to let go of the idea of always chasing perfection and, you know, embracing imperfection. You know, I know what is within me. I have the blueprints. I know how I plan things out. So most times I am scared of being judged by what I look like presently. I'm scared of being judged by the kind of work I put out presently. I'm scared of being judged by the metrics. I'm scared of being judged by the numbers I see on my videos. I'm scared of being judged by the amount of subscribers I have. I'm scared of being judged by the amount of artworks I've put out. I'm scared of being judged by a shit ton of things, and that has made me stuck in one way or the other. I know I ought to have grown past this. It's crazy that I've not grown past this. But one thing came to mind recently while I was in my overthinking state. What if, like just what if the imperfect versions of our dreams are the ones that actually change our lives? What if that imperfect painting is the one that actually changes my life? What if that imperfect video or film is the one that actually changes my life? So with that said, and with that noted for now, because at some point I might get overwhelmed again and forget my roots and sources, I'm going to keep on taking my shots as much as they are. I'm going to keep on taking my shots, no matter how weak they might seem, no matter how weak my shots might seem. I'm going to keep on taking my shots, and I hope, pray that someday I'm just going to hit jackpot. With that said, I'm going to thank you guys for staying to the end of this video because it's quite hard to get people to like watch your shit these days because everyone is trying to seek your attention on the internet, right? So I'm really grateful that you clicked on this and you saw it to this level. And please don't worry what you're doing. And I hope that all the shots you're taking, that one or even many, might make you hit your destination, or make you hit jackpot, and put it that way, or get your desires fulfilled. With that said, peace, and I would love to see you some other time on the channel. All right.